the Chinese system was such that they covered it up, and they even penalized the doctors that were pointing it out at the very beginning. So the result was what could have been contained in Wuhan ended up becoming worldwide pandemic.
President Trump's approach has been, well, it's been a little bit all over the place, to be quite honest. I mean, earlier this year, we saw that he was saying that President Xi was a good friend, a gentleman, complimenting his leadership, even as the outbreak was starting. And now we've seen he has not criticized President Xi by name, but he's clearly slamming China and the party.
The president has called, there's been more telephone contact between President Trump and President Xi than any other American president with the Chinese leader. And initially, I think President Trump believed the Chinese when they said what they said about the virus. And then he and the rest of the world found out that what they said was not true. And misinformation and cover-ups occurred. And the result was we are faced with a worldwide pandemic. And it's really, I think, the communist system of China and their unwillingness to admit wrongdoing that caused this whole thing to happen.
As you point out, in some ways, President Trump has been tough on China, specifically with trade and holding them to account. However, when you look at all the other issues here, is this a diplomatic failure?
Well, actually, what's happened is China, because of its actions in these areas, the mistreatment of the Uyghurs, what they've done in Hong Kong, South China Sea, they have alienated a lot of people in the rest of the world. India, which has been a neutral country, what they've done to India has caused them real problems. The misinformation they put out throughout the world and their wolf warrior approach towards the COVID virus has actually reduced respect people have for China.
So you're going back to campaign? Is it fair to say that?
My focus is primarily to share with the American people why what this administration has done, with bipartisan support, by the way, to take a tough stand against the unfairness that we've had in China for so long, that we are now working to get fairness and reciprocity in trade, but also in access for our diplomats and for our media